What do you believe happened?
Probably what triggered this particular scandal, the scandal around the alleged bribing by Qatar, is the sheer scale of the amounts of money involved, hundreds of thousands of euros. And I think from what we know, the Belgian authorities have been investigating this since the middle of the year. So it's a huge investigation. And it involves huge sums of money.
Why would Qatar want to interfere in EU affairs?
It's a critical time for Qatar. The World Cup is going on there, and it needs to portray a positive image. And so whatever the European Parliament says about human rights and labor rights in Qatar is important. It has an impact. The Parliament has no formal powers in that area, but it has a strong platform. And so whatever it says can have an impact on Qatar's reputation and also then on its economy and on in particular the World Cup. Most countries that seek to influence the parliament do that in a responsible, above-board manner. Obviously not bribing MEPs, but seeking to convince them with arguments. But it looks like, in this case, they resorted to cash payments rather than trying to convince MEPs.
Some EU officials are adamant the Qatar corruption probe concerns a few individuals. Others say the road goes much steeper. What do you think? We
still don't know. So we know that a number of people have been named publicly, but we also know that the investigations are going on. And we expect that as the police, as the judicial authorities speak with the people who've been arrested, people who are being questioned, that more information will come to light.
How many types and what kind of lobbies are there?
There's many lobbyists in Brussels. Some say tens of thousands, and most of those are people who represent legitimate interest and whose voices need to be heard. But there is also a minority of lobbyists who do not stick to the rules, who operate below the radar, and who may resort to what we call the dark arts of lobbying, which is things like using cash payments or using gifts or other ways to influence the decision-making process that are unacceptable.